Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Before we get to the topics, two things in history I want to point out and have some fun with. On this day in history, Constantine, the greatest, the last great Roman emperor who built Byzantine, built it all, baby. This guy was incredible. Remember, he converted Roman Empire to Catholicism, Catholic Church, Christianity. On this day in history, he made the world lazy. Why? He decided Sunday was going to be a day of rest. This is the guy that we owe our great relaxing Sundays to. Did you know that? I bet you didn't. Constantine, on this day, said Sunday shall be a day of rest. Also today, another man who changed our lives. Alexander Graham Bell got his patent for his phone, and the rest is history. Now let's talk about some stuff. State of the Union, state of confusion, state of disunion. This guy's got to go out and read from a teleprompter. Will he freeze up? Please freeze up. Please freeze up. I wonder how many times he's going to say, man, this is the United States of America, man. We can do anything, man. I wonder if he's going to have his Ray-Bans on. I wonder what they're going to juice him up with and stroll him out there. You know what? I'm not kidding you, folks. I'm going to watch it. It's going to be painful. And I would comment on it, but just so you know, remember, President Trump is going to do on True Social play-by-play response, which ought to be entertaining. You know, these networks are stupid. Stupid. If I ran Fox News or any CNN, any of these cable stations, you know what I'd offer him? Just think about this. CNN, he'd be reaching a whole new audience, right? I would say, you come on our show, we're going to split screen you. We're going to split screen you and let you guys can go at it. I would do that. All right, the debate. Trump has said, anytime, any place, anywhere. Let's face it, this isn't going to be an impossible thing. He's screwed. Why? If he debates, he'll get destroyed. If he doesn't debate, destroyed. San Francisco crime, they passed two measures. One, to get welfare, you got to be drug tested. Two, law enforcement's going to have some more surveillance. Now they're trying to say, we're not progressive anymore. Folks, think about the harm and damage, defund the police that went on in all these cities. The damage, it's immeasurable. Immeasurable. How do you not hold these people responsible for what they did to our cities? It's messed up. Chinese are working with the drug cartel to smuggle people into this country. It's incredible. Matt Gaetz says he wants some legislation to block Jack Smith as election interference. We'll see whether he can do it or not. Haley voters for Biden. One of her PACs is converting over to Haley voters for Biden. Think about this, folks. It's going to be you know how many Haley voters there are? I mean, everybody, this is the only place you're going to hear this. Because I've seen all the analysis. Not one national pundit has said this. Do you know who the Haley voters are, for the most part? Do they include some people that are never Trump? Absolutely. Most of them are people like this. Man, I really like Trump's policies, but I'm just tired of all the crap around him, and I would just like somebody else besides President Trump. You think that voter's going to vote for Joe Biden? Hell no. Trump will get the Haley voters. Chip Roy wants to pass legislation holding COVID pharmacies and so forth responsible for any injury to vaccines. Oh, now they're doing it. The problem with this is going to be an ex post facto law. I don't know if it'll work. However, people don't know this. You see those commercials about the Marines? They had immunity, and the Democrats passed legislation to allow Marines to sue for that contaminated water down there in Lejeune. Nice. I wish somebody would pass a law that says Medical Protective needs to pay the Durrani victims. $460 billion short-term funding. They're going to do 8 different bills. Michael Johnson's doing dealing. North Face, you ready for this? North Face was offering discounts if you did some diversity training. Can you imagine go, well, I want to buy myself some North Face today, but before I do, I want a discount. I'm going to go ahead and do some diversity training. Times Square, a nonprofit group, is basically ticking time bomb about the national debt. Man, folks, it's coming. It's coming. I hope I'm liquid and solid when it does. All right, Hochul, the governor of New York. Think about this. What her in New York and Mike Adams did and the previous mayor to make crime-ridden. Now they say, we're going to the National Guard. We're not going to accept the crime at the subway system. We're going to recruit people, 1,000 people, blah, 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 blah. You created the goddamn problem. And then they want what they want. They want a cookie. That they're going to solve the problem. Political Munchausen is rampant in this country. Lake and Riley. It's now been discovered that the brother of this guy, who's in the United States, too, the brother, is a member of a Venezuelan crime gang that's trying to infiltrate the United States. Trying like hell, they're here. Biden says he would get in trouble if he answered questions. Now, I'm going to put this in perspective. If you are the president of the freaking United States, you ain't got a boss. But Joe does. Who is that boss? You know, Trump said something that caught my attention the other night on his speech, and he says the fascists and Marxists are running this country through Joe Biden. And he's right. The fascists and Marxists of Barack Obama and that whole gang is running this country through this senile old fart. It's unbelievable. But you know what? It's finally coming now. It's finally coming. And here's the thing. They're damned if they do, damned if they don't. All these people that want Gavin Newsom, Michelle Obama, whatever, no. The record of their party has sealed their fate. And I want to tell you something. Lord Acton's quote, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. These folks do not want to give up power. And Hunter Biden needs him as president. Jill Biden's craving it. The Marxists has got their plan. They don't give it. So they're going to roll him out again, hold their breath, hope something bad happens, and he can win. All right. New York Community Bank got an infusion. Their stock dropped 40%. Got an infusion of $1 billion. I'm telling you, folks, stuff's coming. The United States government wants to sell our Northeast gas reserves to raise some money. How short-sighted dumbass is that? Missile nearly kills the Greek prime minister when he was visiting with Zelensky in Ukraine. Dean Phillips, the Democrat running against Joe Biden, has dropped out and endorsed Joe Biden. Trump says Karl Rove ought to be fired. I want to tell you something about Karl Rove. He's a Bushy. And every time they have him on Fox News, he never says a positive about Trump. He's so blinded. And you know what he hates more than anything else? He's on the outside looking in. Sorry, Carl. Mitch McConnell endorsed Donald Trump yesterday. Let me tell you again what this is about. This is about McConnell giving up his Senate leadership and knowing that he's going to endorse him. It's the right thing to do. And let me just tell all of you something, okay? Politics can really suck. But this coming together on parties always requires this. As distasteful as it is, it's just political reality. Do you blame Trump? I don't blame Trump. I mean, McConnell's endorsed him. What's Trump supposed to do? I still hate you. Nikki Haley, by the way, is taking a huge political risk. But see, you could make a ton of money being the leader of the minority. So that's what she's staking out. Because MAGA will never forgive her for not endorsing Trump. If she endorsed Trump, they'd forgive her eventually. They'll forgive DeSantis. But she's taking that risk. Uncommitted. Like 10% of the vote the other night was uncommitted to Joe Biden in the Democratic primary. Musk says he's not going to give money to Biden or Trump. April 25th is set for the United States Supreme Court oral argument in the criminal immunity. Maybe I'll send a crack reporter to cover it live in Washington, D.C. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Do not be a gleeking, burly-boned measle like Tim Ash. Shakespeare in Saul today. Tim's in the studio today. Don't be a gleeking, burly-boned measle. By the way, folks, if you ever want to stop by and do the show, text me. We'll do a background check on you for security's sake. And you can come watch me do the show. Tim Ash does. Why? I have no freaking idea. But don't be a gleeking, burly-boned measle. Be an oracle. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, don't be a gleeking, burly-boned measle. Sign up for Eric Deters Media and let's have some fun. All right, this gentleman right here, pictured here, is charged with killing his stepfather. Lorenzo Hicks, 63, was killed at the home in Campbellsburg Tuesday at 6 a.m. He was stabbed multiple times in the body and head by his stepson, Cleveland Riley. Now, I just want to say something. $1 million bond, first blush, he's the bad guy, right? But you got to find out the facts. What happened? You never know. The guy molesting? You just don't know. Innocent until proven guilty. Actually, you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent, really. All right, in Kentucky news, Union College is changing their name to Union Commonwealth University. Here's why. Union College sounded too plain. Now the pipe smokers can get out and say, I'm a graduate of Union Commonwealth University. Freaking love it. In Kentucky, the veto of Bashir has been overridden, so landlords can really sock it to renters. Our Republican legislature, I'm torn. I'm this like bipolar politician. Why? Here's why. I agree with all the constitutional rights stuff that the Republican Party always does. I disagree with all the pro-business, stick it up the little guy's butt stuff they do. I'm like a man without a party. All right. Children's records. You can't make this up. Apparently in Kentucky, parents can't necessarily access their children's records. They're going to pass a law that says you can. All right, in Ohio news, the Senate debated again last night. This is a foregone conclusion, folks. Marino's going to win it going away. And the Marymount student has been invited to appear at the State of the Union as a guest. But you know why? As a shill for gun control. Kids being used. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Now you have a great day.
Hello there, you're watching Eric Deters World News. This is Jamie Spindley with the latest headlines. The gang leader, Jimmy the Barbecue Chorizo, threatens a civil war if 80s Prime Minister Ariel Henry refuses to step down. Chorizo's gang attempted to seize the capital's airport to prevent Henry's return from overseas. A deadly explosion at Ukraine's port city of Odessa during a meeting between President Zelensky and the Greek Prime Minister. 5 people were killed, but no one from the delegation was armed. Russia claims to have targeted a maritime drone facility during the attack. In other news, Thailand customs agents discovered dozens of endangered animals at their international airport in Bangkok. 6 Indian nationals arrested on suspicion of animal smuggling. A red panda amongst the animals found, along with snakes, parrots, and wild lizards. And remains of over 1,000 people found in the pit in southern Germany, with potentially 500 more skeletons buried. Excavation at Nuremberg site reveals at least 8 graves, believed to be the victims of 1632 plague outrage. That's the latest headlines. Until tomorrow, cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. Why do we call it Sports Without Boundaries? Because we have no boundaries on this show. We don't even need to be politically correct. Harrison County defeated Scott High School last night. The Thoroughbreds knocked them out in the 10th region. Simon Kenton defeated Woodford County in the 8th region in the quarterfinals. Go Pioneers! I'm a homer. Indiana beat NKU in baseball 11-5. University of Kentucky smoked Vandy 93-77. Got off to a slow start. They still almost scored 100 points. Dillingham led the way. Trubisky is leaving the Steelers and going to the Buffalo Bills, where he'll back up Josh Allen, who never gets hurt. You can't make this one up. This is worth being a video cut. I read yesterday that there was like a couple dozen Chief fans that attended that cold-ass conference championship game that lost limbs, amputations. There was a bunch of them that had to have amputations. You think about that, Josh Deters, next time you want to drag your little grandson off to a Bengals cold game. Ain't worth it. Reds beat the Padres and lost to the Brewers and split games. And the A's Stadium, Vegas sent them back to L.A., so to speak, or Oakland, excuse me. That's a freaky-looking baseball stadium. Oh, well, these architects are such egomaniacs. You know, it's not about function. It's about, oh, don't be a gleeking, burly bone measle. Be a sports fan. Ladies and gentlemen, American Jury Bulldog Nation, welcome to Pop Culture. Short Pop Culture today. Gazelle, in an interview, when asked about her divorce to Tom Brady, broke down crying. And this is the same time there's all these rumors that she cheated on Tom with Jiu-Jitsu Man that she's with now. Just imagine Tom Brady, the greatest football of all time. You find out your wife's cheating on you, but he's a Jiu-Jitsu master. You can't kick his ass. Unbelievable. All right. Rust Armor, the armorer girl, was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. Those facts are going to be used against old Alec Baldwin. I think Alec Baldwin might be a little nervous. Hotel California, the stolen lyrics case, judge dismissed it. Just dismissed it. Said that this is all a bunch of do about nothing. Guys shouldn't have been charged. Those three guys are lucky. You know why I think Henley might have done this? To increase record sales of Hotel California. I understand that Tim Ash and all of his family members downloaded Hotel California when they first heard about this. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.